Hey, hi Ted here. I've bought a new hollowing tool, but I need to make a handle for it. And I'm going to use the Shopsmith to do that. The handle's going to be walnut, and I'll show you how I have it set up here. Let me reset the camera for a second. Okay, so I've got the miter on this thing, and it's locked in. It's got a screw right there that winds it out and locks it in. Then I put a clamp down there on that end and a clamp down here on this end. I've got it lined up with the drill where we go right in. I've got the depth set to 2 3/8 inches. And then I'll set up the speed. The only thing I have to hold while this is working is I'll just have one hand over here just kind of holding it steady while this hand's bringing in the quill. So let me get the set back up again. Okay, so I went to the menu and I've got it set up for a hardwood 7/16 inch bit. It's going to run at 800 RPM with the Forstner bit. So all I have to do is hit confirm, ready to run. Hold it here. Again, like I said, I've already got the depth set. And that's it. See, it moved a little bit, but it didn't move enough to worry about because I have it set for longer. It's only 2 inches I need. So it's set, and that's how easy it is. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the Record Power, and we'll get set up to turn it. Okay, so I'm set up in the Record Power Harald. I'm going to use this and come on down here, and got the live center in it. And now it's time to start turning. I'm going to use my roughing gouge to begin with, and we'll see how that works out. I'm set at a little over 1,000 RPM. Get my face shield. A little too high. Just down a little bit. This will take a while and we'll get back to it. Okay, I thought I turned it on when I came down here, but I didn't. But anyway, I've used the roughing gouge And I've got it down. I've got to finish this, clean up this taper up here a little bit. Then I'm going to go ahead and get the ferrule out and measure, and I'll get this down to the size of the ferrule. And then probably glue it on, and then finish turning, and then go ahead and put the finish on. So we'll get back to that in a minute. I don't know why this keeps turning off. I've got this down. I think it might be a little bit too tight. We'll see here. Just a little bit on the back side there. Not much. Just a hair. You can see the taper. Put those grooves in it for the epoxy to set in. Get a little bit more bite. I think we've got it. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to take it off, mix up some epoxy, and put this on and let it cure for a while. But then when I come back, I will turn this down quite a bit more, coming down in this sort of the taper, and then we'll see what happens from there. Okay, so I've resharpened the roughing gouge. Okay, well, that's not good. This decided to break out. So I will put this little piece right here broke out, so I'm going to take it back off again and pour in some super glue. When I install the, this is straight grain, so I'm not that worried about it because I'll install the cutter so it's like this. I think I can see what you're doing. So it'll have this strength as an up and down strength, so I'm not going to have to worry about it coming apart. But I'm going to take this off and pour in some super glue and then maybe some epoxy, or maybe just super glue. But I'm not going to leave it to chance. So we'll get back. Okay, I'm going to use a scraper. This came out pretty good. Put a little wood fiber and from the sawdust and some thin super glue. Let it set for about 10-15 minutes. Okay, sanding. A little 60 grit just for the heck of it. Okay, I got a lot of finishes I could choose from for this. But what I'm going to use is my OB Shine Juice. 1/3 shellac, 1/3 boiled linseed oil, and 1/3 denatured alcohol. A fairly liberal coat on it, let it soak in. Just keep working it. Turn the RPM up a little bit. Now it won't splash on me. Okay, let it soak in for a bit. Turn the RV up a little bit more. Kind of burnish this in already. I'm going to let this sit for a while, then come back to it. And put on a second and maybe a third and a fourth coat. Between coats I like to use these 3Ms. I use the gray. It just kind of takes the edge off a little bit. Leaves it really nice and smooth and ready for a second coat. So I've got the last coat on. Maybe it's just me, but my OB Shine Juice for some reason doesn't maintain its shine. So what I did yesterday was I make my own shellac. This is a 1.5 pound or 1.5 ounces to every 8 ounces of denatured alcohol. And I just put it on over the OB Shine Juice, and it is shiny and it is smooth. And I took my wire and I burned a couple just to give it some kind of look. Not important, it doesn't do anything. This has come out really nice down here. It's just smooth as silk, and the sawdust really blended in well. I'm happy with it. So let's set up and put the cutter in it. Oh, take two. So I put some tape around the ferrule and I put a rubber band. I put this bag to catch any overflow of epoxy. And then what I'm going to use is a wood clamp. And I know the orientation I want for this. So I put it where it's perpendicular to that. Clamp it nice and tight. Bring this down in to get it to be balanced. So the tool, when it goes in, will be pretty much straight up and down. It's not quite yet. That's better. I don't plan on messing with it very much because I'll be making a mess if I do. I put a little bit of sawdust into it, but now these little cups that you get when you cook is kind of nice. It doesn't take a lot of epoxy. I've already abraded the end of the tool so it'll have better contact. I don't mind mixing more epoxy than I need. What I don't like to do is not have enough. I'm watching the lines on the side. This one takes forever to get back up. This is Defcon 5-minute epoxy. I really like it. I've been using it for a long time. Okay, I went down one line, looks like. So this will take even longer to get back down. Need a little bit more. Let's see what this looks like. Just slowly getting back up there. Slowly, slowly. Okay, it's getting there. So, mix this up really, really good. It's 80 degrees out here. I think, what's the temperature in the office? Oh, 78, 45 degrees, 45% humidity, relative humidity. Yeah, I know it's really humidity, but hey. My stepfather, that was one of his favorite jokes. It was one of the few that he had that was even close to being funny. Okay, so then what I want to do is take this brush and go down in, get the epoxy and put it on the sides, make sure I have contact everywhere, and I'm trying to be as careful as I can. And now I've got epoxy on this and this, and I'm going to paint this thing as well. And hope I didn't get too carried away, and hope there's enough room around it to allow the epoxy to come out, hopefully. Hopefully. And it has, and I don't think there's too much there. We're going to go around it, get rid of the excess if we can. So we have good squeeze out, not too much, not too little. And now we just leave it alone. And that's it. We'll come back in an hour or so, a couple hours, and see if it actually hardened. I'm pretty sure it will. And then we'll go on from there. Okay, it's done. I've got the cutter in. Its overall length is just a little over 26 inches. The tool itself is approximately 8 inches, and the handle makes up the rest. I used medium super glue to kind of cap off the end of it. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, it's done. Now I need to get a project out so I can try this thing for the first time. I think this would help me hollow out. God knows I need the help. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you're thinking about buying lathe tools, I really like building my own handles. Again, this is all walnut. It's fun to do, for me anyway. I like spindle turning. Not the best at it, but I'm good at it. I got it done. That's all that counts. Hey, get a hobby. Wood turning's your thing. Obviously, you're watching this. Post some videos. We'd like to see what you're doing. Meantime, stay healthy. Enjoy. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you'd like. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks again. Bye.